Greetings, user. Neural link established. Ready for takeoff.
Hello, hello. and welcome back to what will be the last match of the finals weekend. I'm Man. I'm stepping in to cast this one, and I'm joined by Snow Leopard again.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man? How's your day been?
It's been pretty good so far. It's only 1 p.m. here, so still have a lot of day ahead of me, and this match in particular, I think, will be a highlight of it.
Oh, yeah? Why is that? Well, how's that?
So we got my home team, the United States, versus Italy, the team that just had an absolutely hype match where no one really expected them to win against Chile, but they had an incredible 7-3 victory, and now here they are against the United States. So expect a very exciting match.
So that's put them top 4 then.
Yes, right now they are battling for who gets to be top 3 and who is going to be number 4.
Battling for who gets a badge.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of stuff at stake here.
Italy definitely stepping up in quite a few modes, actually. We saw them play really well in Standard, and then in Taiko they put on an incredible performance. So we've got the catch now.
Yeah, Italy really trying to just do it all this year, and they're hoping for a podium spot with catch as well.
Oh, it'd be a dream come true, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and you know what? I think this squad has what it takes, but it is going to be a bit of an uphill battle trying to take on someone like the United States.
Oh yeah, indeed. Seeded second overall, actually.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's a real test of their mettle. Come a long way. Fought off a lot of contenders, and well, they're here now.
Yeah, we got people like Trollingor in specific. He really popped off in his last match. A lot of people saying Trollingor carry. And I believe he has what it takes. We'll have to see if he can bring that same high-level performance to this match. If he does, I think the U.S. definitely has some things to be worried about. We also have Vito, also another strong member of the Italy team. And of course, we have Karim.
The other players is at 119410501.
And we can never forget Arma.
And Achina. They definitely got what it takes. I've been watching on and off. I didn't actually catch the Italy match, but
it was pretty crazy. They actually started at a 0-3 deficit. Chile got the first 3 points straight, and then they just shut them out. We saw Karim in chat saying, oh, don't worry, this is just the reverse sweep tactic. And next thing you know, they win 7 points in a row and take the match.
Well,
it's insane.
Strong under pressure then.
Absolutely,
we see them go down a few points. It's not going to matter too much. They don't care.
Oh yeah, I think someone mentioned this is the furthest they've ever gotten in CWC, so they got nothing to lose at this point. They just want to put it all out on the table.
The scariest teams to play against in any sport, anywhere, is the underdog teams. Simply because they have nothing to prove. They have no expectations placed on them. They can just go in, have fun, do what they do best.
Yeah, the pressure of playing in a tournament is just immense as is, let alone with expectations of, oh, well, this team should win, so if they don't, what happened? Italy definitely not having that here. They can kind of just take the easy road and play best.
So what about their opponents then, on the other hand? The US, what can you tell me about their team? Of course, you know all of the players in the teams by now. It's top 4, but for those that might be just joining us, it's Rost LD as the captain, Sekra, Diao, Dark Reaper, Zach, and Lexi on the US team.
Absolutely. So, and we got the captain, Rostold. He is just an absolute monster. He's known for playing anything and everything. The weirder the pick, the more likely he's like FC'd it out of nowhere. So, an absolute monster.
I love those types of players.
Yeah.
They're always the most interesting to watch.
Oh, for sure. Man, we got Sekre, that is aka Chicken Bible, which some of you may know him as.
Okay. No,
yeah.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that guy, absolute monster on Hard Rock in particular, but also he was top #1 USA for a while as well. Definitely just a well-rounded player, lots of tournament experience. We got Diao and DeCreeper. We don't see them in as much, but they're also kind of like some underrated players on the team, I feel like. They come in a lot for like Double Time and Hard Rock, sometimes No Mod, and really kind of show up where people weren't expecting them to pop out all of a sudden, and then, you know, there they are. Finally, we got Zach and we have Lexi, which are just the absolute hidden gods for this team. They are incredible. Zach, particularly on the low AR hidden, very well known for that. A lot of the older maps, converts, that kind of thing. That's really his bread and butter. And then Lexi's just anything and everything hidden will destroy you.
Yeah, we're watching a low AR hidden right now. This is approach rate 7. I mean, very interesting warm-up. I'll give it that.
Yeah. So that kind of rounds it out for the US squad there. They're also known for tiebreakers and spinners.
Tiebreakers and spinners. Go on, you'll have to update me on that.
So I want to say they haven't lost a tiebreaker in like years. Something, I forget the exact stat. I'd have to get Zachary on here to correct me. But I think it's been in a couple of years now they have not lost a tiebreaker. And also just in general, they tend to have a pretty strong spin. So if it comes down to a spinner battle, you can expect them to have a really good chance of winning it.
So if we go to tiebreaker, we can just stop the stream. We can just leave.
Possibly, who knows? You can never count Karim and Arma out though.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a first time. Streaks are made to be broken.
I mean, to be fair, we also, when we did the recap before the Italy-Chile map, I think pretty much all of us had that Chile was going to win unless it went to tiebreaker, and then we thought Italy had the edge. And then, you know, next thing we know, Italy 7-3. So
we haven't seen them play tiebreaker yet. Of course, these two teams, they're in the losers bracket. We've seen them play maps, or I've seen them play matches before in this stage. So both teams kind of have some information on what the opponent's good at, what their weaknesses are, what they might be banning. Do you think that's going to play into this? Do you think that gives Italy an advantage, or do you think that means US have even more information and can, you know, push a little bit harder?
You know, that's a good question. I'm really not sure what the US strategy is going to be here. Typically, they'll go for like hidden maps as well as Hard Rock sometimes. I would expect to see Italy playing a lot of the No Mod. They've been doing pretty well on that. And Double Time. I believe yesterday they had quite some decisive wins on Double Time. So I would expect to see the teams kind of pick and ban those respectively.
Okay. Some good insight. Our strategy is win.
Yeah, the classic strategy.
I mean, it works. It's worked for them all tournament so far. Apart from in one match, I suppose. But, I mean... a good bit of Eurobeat to warm up on. You can't beat Eurobeat.
Oh, for sure. Especially the mashups of them.
Rhythm games need more Eurobeat. It's the perfect DPM. It really is.
Honestly, yeah.
You can do anything with it, and you can put it on double time if you really want.
157.1 specifically.
Oh, yeah. The 0.1 is important. It's very important. It means the rounding goes up. I don't know. Don't know where I was going with that.
It's round like the fruit you're trying to get. Unless you're one of those players that plays with the squares.
That's a question I've been meaning to ask. Why squares?
I don't know. I'm not a square player myself, but I know there is a lot of like high-ranked players that they use skins that have squares. I personally use just hollow circles, so it's not fruit. But
Yeah,
not squares though.
Circles would be better? Question mark. Why squares? I've always wondered.
Yeah,
Maybe something to do with the tilt of them. Maybe they tilt in the direction you need to move to hit them. I don't know. I've no idea.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. Well, we'd have to get a square player on here to let us know what the strat is. Speaking
Maybe
of
that's
strategies, Lexi with flashlight and easy.
flashlight easy. They're playing relax. Oh yeah. Oh, we love it. We love to see it. Oh, is this a spinner only map? It's star rating zero. I see
It
what
must
this
be,
is. No,
yeah.
it's just a spinner battle. It's not a speedway, it's a spinway. Ha! Sorry. Awful.
Perfect. That's what we need on the casting booth. Also, I should have mentioned earlier, I saw someone in chat asking if they're just practicing now. Yeah, they are doing warm-ups. This is the United States warm-up pick, and after this we will get roles and bans, and then finally get the match started for real.
Yeah, each team gets one warm-up each. They get to select one warm-up, but they can choose to skip their warm-up, I'm pretty sure, but usually that's not done. That's to make sure everyone's on the tournament server. It's to make sure everyone's ready, and it's to make sure everyone's warm, I suppose, in case for some reason, for whatever reason, you might not have played before you started the match.
Yeah, it's just overall really good to make sure everybody's good to go, and you can find out if there's internet issues or client issues, all that kind of stuff. Just make sure everything is a-okay for the first real map that matters. And also, it's a good place to showcase off some funny maps. I've seen a lot of meme maps and stuff mapped specifically for CWC warm-ups. See Karim and the Creeper just taking a break here.
You can kind of make a rhythm from the spinner, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like almost going to the beat. I'm not sure if that's
I mean,
like
it's on beat.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I would imagine maybe the spinners are coded that way, that they're supposed to be in beat. Would make sense.
Yeah.
Interesting to see that Lexi actually out-spinning
Maybe that's
119 and trolling core, although I don't know how the easy flashlight affects the score.
I was just going to say, is that the flashlight that's...
I know hidden does not change score in Score V2. I don't know about flashlight. I would imagine also no, but I'm not sure.
Why not? I would imagine it does.
So we see Rostel with the relax showing off what a
And a
perfect spin
six-way
looks
SS! We've got a tie, folks! No, I'm kidding.
like. Absolutely incredible. Nice. All right, so Lexi rolling a 50 LO. Lexi is not captain. I don't know if that one counts unless they're having Lexi do the roll. Okay, never mind. It looks like we missed the rolls earlier, so I believe that the US won the roll.
And a quick ban.
Yeah, quick ban coming from Italy. Gonna be hidden 2. And we're waiting for the US ban now.
That map that did actually get played in the US match. US took it with a margin, not a sizable one. There's a ban from Italy. What do you think the US are going to ban? It's one ban each.
It's a good question. They are taking quite a while to figure it out. I would imagine probably... maybe Hard Rock 1. I've seen that one banned quite a bit. It's not been a favorited pick for this map pool so far. And if not that, then probably just a Nomad map. And it is going to be Hard Rock 1, yeah.
Indeed, the Hard Rocks were pretty favored by the US in their match. They got a 3-way full combo on Hard Rock 1, which I would assume is why it's being banned out. Although I might be wrong, they might just not like the song. I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't know what the dislike is with Hard Rock 1 for this pool, but I have seen it banned quite a bit in most of the matches that I've been casting or watching. So I'm not surprised to see that ban come out here. I think Hidden 2 also falls under that same category there, where it's just been banned quite a bit.
I mean, if it's approach rate 7.8, I can kind of imagine why, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that one I can't blame them at all.
So then what's the pick? Of course, there's 6 maps in the no mod pool. 2 now for Hard Rock, 2 for Hidden, 2 for Hard Rock, 3 for DT. They go for Hidden.
Start out with Hidden 1, yeah.
Good old Tanchiki. Approach rate 8.8.
So yeah, a little bit of the lower air. I believe Hidden 3 is 9 or above. So this should be the lowest AR Hidden that hasn't been banned. It is also 3.5 minutes long.
Looking at the BPM, 145. Is this? Does that make it 290? Does that make it slow or quick or?
I believe it's fairly dense, but it's pretty slow, if I remember correctly.
An interesting pick as well. I've seen in chat JP saying the Italy team failed this yesterday.
Oh right, this was this map. Maybe this is why the US picked it.
So they've definitely done their research.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually. Thank you, JBH. In the match yesterday, they swapped out all the players we expected to be playing and put in kind of the other 3.
Oh.
And they ended up actually team failing on this
well.
map. Yeah, and then immediately after that they went right into double time. So the strategy that we were thinking was going on is they didn't want their main double time players to get into low AR Hidden kind of mindset.
Okay.
And mess with their eyes right before going into double time. So yeah,
Not
they're just like, screw it, sub in the other 3.
Not quite 8.8 to 10.3, but yeah, I can see why that would work.
Yeah. So perhaps they're going to do the same thing here, and the US, seeing that yesterday, decided, well, might as well just pick this and get a freebie point right off the bat.
Perhaps they do actually have the 3 that they had in yesterday.
Yeah, it does look so. They do have Trollingor in here. I was wondering if they're going to swap Trollingor with Vito, just because Trollingor did see a lot of play yesterday and a lot of performance as well there. Had some high scores. I believe even beat Karim on a map or 2.
Well, let's see as we get the MP start through for the first map of this match, Italy versus United States. The winner goes to top 3. The loser, unfortunately, out in 4th.
So we got some insight from Sakurai. He said that they simply banned what Italy's best map yesterday was.
It works. It's a strat that works.
It's the classic strategy. So we'll have to see if Italy did some practice on this and if they're going to get a team fail again or if they want to actually try for completion this time.
Let's see. Lots of wiggles to begin. Only 2 players above the 200 combo.
Yeah, we are seeing Zach finally make a miss. Rostel and Lexi still holding on with the FC. Although more eyes are on the Italy side, yeah.
Still struggling a little bit. Cannot find a combo, cannot sync up into this map. Cena misses. And there goes one of the 200 combos on the United States side. Lexi carries on. So they're not losing any lead. Continuing to gain. Trolinko drops a few fruits. Nearing the 0 mark for his HP, but there goes the combo for Lexi. So combo's completely reset now. Advantage for the US. However, at the break, Trolingo really close. You actually hear the fail noise. Low HP.
Yeah.
Warning.
Has not quite failed yet, but close to it. I can't remember when they had that team fail. I want to say it was right around half or not too much past it.
It was earlier than this.
Yeah, so it looks like they have improved a bit.
Not enough, it would seem. Lexi's back past 200 combo. Rostel also had a 200 but dropped it. Zach with 300. Lexi crossing the 600k barrier. 119, just about 450. Ooh, that could be very failable. So I want to watch Italy. Make sure they catch the notes in those bursts. Zach misses again. Ooh, double miss, triple miss. HP drops low, but they sync back up. And it feels a little bit mean to have all eyes on Italy, but, well, the US performing excellently on this. Not a sign of weakness. Lexi, as you said, the hidden carry. Carrying them home. 900k score. 2 massive combos. And the US take it almost 2v3. Three S ranks versus 3 A ranks. It's not too bad. But it's just not quite, you know, not quite there. And, well, that was a US pick. What can you expect? At least they passed. If that was a target on the map that they team failed yesterday, well, there you go. There's your 3 point. So, yeah, go on, take it. Now we get our 3 point. Tenehira de Oro gets picked by Italy. Hard Rock, approach rate 9.5, which is to 10. CS4 will go down to 5.2. Very different map, this one. And yeah, of course, all 3 players switch out for Italy. Not wanting to get maybe their main 3 used to low approach rate hidden and then switch straight over to Hard Rock.
Indeed, it looks like that is what is going to be going on.
How's your takeaway, Snow?
It's good. It arrived safe and sound. I'm gonna hold off until after this match to dig in.
Yeah, it was as you said, the 3 players switched out. The other 3 in the background switched in. Vito, Arma, Kareem in for this.
So I missed the ending of this. Did they manage to get through without
they passed.
Yeah,
they got through it, but there was a 700k score difference.
Yeah, rather high score difference, although 700k better than 3 mil from a fail.
gave their other players enough time to warm up to Hard Rock.
Yeah, this strat did work out for them yesterday, so hopefully it will work out for them again this time. We're gonna see Hidden for Vito.
Vito, yeah, taking Hidden on this.
Always impressive to see Hidden paired up with Hard Rock. Those fruit get very small.
Indeed, they do. But of course, Hidden reading preference on Hard Rock and DT picks. You can take it, you can leave it, all up to you.
Absolutely. Vito
Vito
struggling a bit, although Sekre and Dao also gonna drop. Actually, there's a drop from everyone but Rostold so far.
Yeah, he holds through the intro with a 200 combo. Is going to be giving a lead to the US.
Yeah, US banking up a bit of lead here, but with Diao and Sekre just now hitting that 200 mark. Not too much of a
not
lead.
quite.
That drop from Vito is going to increase, although Rostold going to trade actually a little bit later.
Second 2. So now there's 200 combos. No 200 combos for the US. One still left on Armor. We get into the chorus.
Yeah, Arma's going to
All up
start
to
bringing
him
that
to take
score
it.
back. It's down to only about a 15,000 difference.
So they have the advantage. It's going to flick back over to them before it reaches 200k, or maybe it won't. Maybe there won't be enough time. Sekra is above 200 now. No changing in leads. Everyone above 200 combo, and of course 200 combo is where the combo stops increasing. The combo bonus you get to your scoring.
Arma is going to
Oh, a
drop.
4-way drop and a
Great.
5-way drop.
Yeah.
It's a Diao.
So Karim, again, Italy has one person holding on, so they're
Yeah,
going to
Arma.
keep clawing it back.
Arma trading the baton off to Kareem, saying run it home for his boy.
And it
He'll
does
just
go
do
Italy's way
just
now,
that.
yeah.
He takes the lead for Italy.
Karim
It
does finally drop,
drops.
but Arma is above 200 now. They keep swapping that baton off.
Indeed. Unfortunately, on the other side, Rostold is also above 200, and they have the extra 100, which is going to flick over to 2 and secure their advantage. The map left. We're getting into the closing stages. Combo matters now more than ever. You don't want to drop in the outro. You don't want to drop in the final chorus.
Italy clawed their way back, but they're just not quite there now after those last drops. They need the US to drop if they want to take a point here.
Oh, Rostold just miscuing that slider.
Diao
Diao
also
as
gonna
well.
follow up. It's going to quickly
Oh,
go
these are
back
big
to Italy's
drops.
side.
Italy are going to take this, run away with it, and it's the closing stages of the map. This is the outro. This is the ending flourish.
And I think just like Arma's going to drop. I don't know if that's going to change.
Oh,
or
it's not going to change much.
Oh, now it's all
Oh, we
those other
missed
drops.
Vito
Yeah.
Armor, but it's the combo from Kareem, and Italy are going to put a point on the board. You get a free point. We get a free point. We take it to 1-1. That's now a best of 11.
Absolutely, yeah. Italy taking their first point as well. No break points yet. US gonna have to figure out what they want to strike back with now, since they did get their one freebie in.
We got a match on our hands, boys.
Absolutely, I'm pumped.
They're ready. Prepared.
Grim, my father came in the room and watched me play the whole map. It was strange. Grim with the father buff.
Is it a buff or is it a nerf?
It's a good
Or
question.
is it just a weird situation? How many of you, be honest now, how many of you have had a parent or a sibling watch you play a map in any game mode?
I have watched
I
my
haven't.
brother play map. That's about it. The real question is, did he walk in and say, yeah, "Are you winning, son?" Damn it, Walter beat me to it.
Too slow. Too
Ah.
slow, and from one convert to another. Yeah, Oido
you
controller.
winning, son?
Approach rate 9.4. so not as low as the last map. What's then noteworthy about this one then?
This one is probably the more favored hidden map to pick just because that AR 9.4. If you don't have low AR hidden players, then this is going to be the hidden map you want to go with if you're going to go hidden at all. It is also worth noting that since we have seen a hidden pick already and a hidden ban, this is the final hidden map for this pool.
Sorry about that.
We need to get one of those when I make a bad pun. Be the Shane sound.
I don't know what made that noise, honestly. That scared me as much as it did you.
Sounded like a spring or something.
Maybe it was mic stand or something.
It might have been, yeah.
I have no idea. I wasn't even touching it.
It was a ghost in Bubble Man's room.
Yikes. Yeah, well, my bad. We're into the map, I suppose. Just ignore that. That never happened.
Bonk. We need someone to clip that and make that a soundboard effect for anytime I make a bad pun. I think it would add on a lot.
I can just flick the spring. I could join the call and flick the spring.
There we go. Yeah,
Enjoy making a dang noise. Well, we're through the intro. 200 combos for 2 players in the US. No combos through that intro for Italy.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a combo for a bit, but right around 100 mark, they did fall. Interesting to see, we do have Karim and Arma in now, so for the higher AR hidden, they did decide to give it a shot.
Got Karim and Sekra on the same combos, they drop the same note. Arma following up, there's 2 past 200 now. They're going to be leading a little bit more score over to the US. The lead is going to get a little bit wider before it stabilizes, but it will indeed stabilize, or it might not. Arma might drop.
We're going to see a trade from
Both
Sekra.
of the other 2 Italian players. Sekra drops his combo, but it's not going to matter too much with the 2 strong combos from Lexi and Rostold. Arma misses again, followed by Sekra.
Yeah, worth noting both Rostold and Lexi have an SS right now.
This is an incredibly mean map to put on hidden. You have to be almost perfect with your movement to hit those wiggles.
Absolutely, and speaking of perfect, Lexi just barely drops one note there, but Rostold's staying strong with the SS still. And Lily trying to get some
incredible
combo
performance
going.
from him.
Yeah. Arma is going to hit that 200 combo mark.
Yeah, so combos will stabilize. US do have the combo advantage for them. They're going to be pulling the lead slowly out in their favor. Just a little bit more.
We are seeing a build up now, and I imagine, yeah, we get some weird wiggle parts, and we're going to see a lot of drops coming out from everybody. Actually,
Karim will
Rostold.
hit that.
Karim getting the weird wiggles, but even Rostold drops, no longer with his full combo or SS.
Oh, and there goes Karim's combo. A little bit of drawback for Italy, however, just not quite enough. Maybe
Yeah,
a little bit too little, too late anyway. We're coming up to the last quarter of the map. Lexi holding above 200. Italy just not catching a break for this one.
Yeah, they keep
Do
getting
have
a
a
bit of combo
slight
build.
advantage right now.
Karim does find a miss, but it's not the one that counted. Oh, there we go. 119 is going to find a miss as well.
Indeed, that might be the miss that counts. 119 and Lexi. It's going to take a big drop from the US. They're going to have to fall apart, lose a load of score for Italy to come back into this one. It's not looking possible, though. It's not looking likely
Yeah,
that they can muster up 300,000 points. It would take a loss of score at this point. We can chalk one up to the US. It's going to be 2-1 at the end of this song. It will be Italy's pick.
Yeah, the US showing off their hidden prowess, but Not to worry for Italy, this is the last hidden pick available, so...
Indeed it is.
No hidden from now on, and Italy only losing 2 points to hidden. Not too bad. They're actually in a better spot now than they were in that Chile match. With Chile, it was 3-0 before they took a single point. So worth noting, don't count Italy out yet.
And well, if the US has hidden, Italy can fire right back with Hard Rock. They've still got Shuffle Heaven open.
I've seen that one picked quite a bit recently. This was actually the, I believe this was the final map they used to take down Chile, if I remember correctly. Might have to check the MP link to verify that. Go ahead and find that out real quick. I believe it was.
Definitely looked like a mod war at the moment.
No, it was Double Time 3 that was the final one for Italy Chile. I was thinking of the US Hong Kong. That was the one where Shuffle Heaven was the game-winning map.
Will actually be Two-Face that is picked. My first story.
Yeah, not
At least I think.
I believe
Yeah.
it is what is being picked here. Not
Just get
super surprising.
confirmation.
They did have some pretty good luck on Double Time so far.
And of course, it could have been the same thing happening again. They could have swapped out their DT players to get them warmed up for this, get them ready for the pick. No more hidden now.
We are going to see Vito subbed in. Arma might be dropping off. I'm not sure if they're just swapping places. Trolling Gore might come in here. He did have a really stellar performance yesterday.
So who's in for DT for the US?
So we got Sakurai and Diao. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Rostel back in as well, although seeing as he subbed out, it might not be the case here, so we could see someone like DeCreeper. I believe Lexi also did play some DT yesterday though, so kind of switching it up on me. I'm really not sure. Normally we would see people like Lexi and Zach only coming in for the hidden. Looks like Rostel is going to come back in.
Well, we'll see. This is the last match of the round. No more information can be given away here, really. They can feel free to play their strongest rosters.
Absolutely.
Best players for every map, because strategy, definitely a factor. There's a mental game, there's an info game.
Absolutely. You know, it could be said it's very possible the mental game is what gave Italy that win yesterday. They did perform really strong, but at the same time, I mean, it's Chile. We expected a very strong performance out of them, and they seemed to kind of crumble after they started losing multiple in a row. So you can never count out strategy and the mental that kind of goes into these tournament matches.
Really jarring to win 3 in a row. Think, yeah, we're on top of the world, and then get shut down.
Yeah.
Can be difficult to take. Vito taking hidden again for DT.
So yeah, we did see Arma and Rostel come back in. Looks like they were just shuffling around a bit.
All the players to sync up.
There we go.
Let's get into it. A quick one, 10.3. 307 BPM. Fruit's coming at you.
We're going to see some early drops from Vito and Rostel in that intro. I have seen that quite a bit for this map. Pretty quick map here. After double time comes up to 307 BPM.
Yeah, Vito not finding much luck, but fortunately for him, had this Diao.
Yeah, Diao actually below the 98% mark right now.
So a slight combo advantage for Italy. They have the lead, they have a stable lead, but US breathing down their neck. Everyone above 200 combo now. Need a quick map. So
Yeah, it is going to equalize
lots
out.
of drops can come quick, thick and fast. Vito does drop. Drops again as he goes into the course, but Larstal follows it up with his own. The lead is on the US side. Vito drops again, so it's like more advantage for the US. It's going to be taken over to them.
See a little bit of desync there. Going to sync it back up.
And I think that was a miss from Diao. Two SSs on the side of Italy still for Kareem and Armor. There's only one combo on the side of the US.
Yeah, we can see it's
Vito.
just like 19,000 difference right now.
Vito lagging behind quite a lot, but Diao misses again. And again, it's two combos to one, but Rostal D is back above 200. It's going to take another drop for the US to even out the scoreline. There's nothing in it, but the drop comes from Vito.
Drop, yeah.
Diao holding 100 strong is about to pass 200. The lead moving further towards the US with a drop from Armor.
Yeah, Italy really needed to hold on there, and they started to
again.
crumble a bit. Karim with the SS right now, trying his hardest, but he needs his team to back him up here.
And he's completely evened out by Sekra, but Sekra drops. Vito follows it up, but there's no combos to support him.
Yeah, Karim going
takes
absolutely
home
crazy.
An SS. Incredible performance, an incredible attempt to carry, but just not being able to secure 3 strong scores from Italy. Vito finding a lot of trouble with that. The only A in the room, 29 misses, as opposed to the next highest, which is 12 from Diao. That was very close.
Yeah, you can see Karim really just tried his hardest, but unfortunately when you go up against a strong team like the US, you can't really solo carry anymore. In this stage of the CWC, it's just the caliber is too high. You really need your whole team kind of backing you up if you want to try and take on another high-level team like this. Unfortunately, Italy didn't quite get that, and that is going to be the first break point for the match.
Indeed. Points to 1, and the control is on the US side. They get to pick the next map. They get to put another point on the board if they take their own pick.
They're gonna be going with Nomad too. Fubuki. I have seen this picked quite a bit as well. The one map I have not seen picked often is Nomad 1, so I kind of want to see Nomad 1 come out. So we can... I don't know if it was played at all early on.
I think I did see that in the South Korea-China match.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I still need to catch up on when I get a minute here. So I think that might be the only match it's been played in so far.
What is there to say about this map then? What's the 7.1 star rating hiding?
There's definitely a lot of hard patterns in here where I'd expect to see quite a bit of drops. I want to say similar to that last double time map we saw where there's just kind of drops all over the place due to the difficulty. Obviously this is not double time, it is only 180 BPM, but similar kind of story here where I expect to see, kind of just drops back and forth, and it's going to be a battle of who can hold on for the longest and get some score built up versus who's going to just FC. I don't think we're going to see any FCs.
The MP start command comes out into chat. We get into it. One switch out for Italy. Trollingo comes in instead of Vito. And Lexi swaps in that third slot.
Yeah, so we're going to see Lexi coming in for a Nomad, which has worked out for the US before. Typically, Lexi likes to play hidden, but definitely has come in clutch for some Nomad plays. So we see Trollingor is going to find an early miss there. Definitely some funky patterns in this map.
see that straight off the bat. The amount of hyper dashes and awkward patterning in what is meant to be a relatively calm intro. Just makes me wonder what the rest of the map's going to be like.
Kind of more of this. Same. If I remember right, there's a lot of tap dashes in the later half. I think it's
Trollingor back above 200 combo but drops a miss, followed by Karim. Lexi's missed 2. So there was a moment of slight advantage to Italy, but that's nullified by the misses that come out from them. Lexi almost above 200 combo again, so a big advantage for the US.
Yeah, we see Arma, Sekre, and Rostil with the SSs so far. Everyone else struggling a little bit.
It's a relatively long song, this one, 4 minutes 16 in length, so drops are going to matter. Trollingor dropping in the outro, followed by Lexi. So a very slight moment of advantage. Again, going to be nullified.
Yeah, there we go. There's some of those tap dashes. That pattern, and we do see Arma drop on that pattern. That pattern has claimed the combo of quite many people this weekend. Rostov and Sekre holding on very strong. Definitely practice this map. I have seen a couple screenshots of scores coming from them throughout this weekend. And it's showing off here where they both have the SS still.
A strong pick from the US, and halfway through you can see the score gap. 100,000 points. With a miss from Karim, their big combo's gone. There's 2 combos still for them, for Italy.
Yeah, Italy really not playing this songs too bad, especially given how hard the song is, but the US just doing an insane job. Rostel does find a miss finally. Sekre still with the full combo and the SS.
You can see the lead close up a bit to about 80k.
Yeah, that drop from Rostel is going to be pretty big, but I don't think quite enough. They're going to need to see a couple more drops if Italy wants to claw that score back.
Indeed they are. Score closing a little bit. But it will widen now. Trollingor finds a miss in the bridge.
I can't remember if there's another one of those tap dash sections or not.
Oh, and the wiggle.
Oh yeah, this wiggle also definitely a combo killer. I believe that wiggle has claimed Sekre in the past, and he's saying not this time.
Not today. I want to keep this combo. I want to take this combo home.
He wants to hit SS finish and then be sad that it's on Scorpio 2.
Karim finds a miss. Russell Trollingor as well.
Arma above 1,000 combo now. Definitely a strong performance from Arma so far.
And Sakura in the last stages
you hate to
of the
see
chorus. The final chorus. A big score for him, a big combo. He will take home the million. Just the one miss. So close.
Yeah. A little spin at the end does boost him above that million, but yeah, the one miss, you hate to see it. It's definitely, I can see, yeah, I am furious in all caps. He is not happy about that play.
Completely justified.
Absolutely. Although he does help keep my prediction true where I said I did not expect any full combos. Almost almost played me there, but saved me in the end.
Well, they wanted to put that point on the board, take it to a 3-point advantage, and that's what they did. 4 points to 1.
So Italy on the back foot a bit, although they're only down 3 points. And as always, they were down 3 points yesterday.
And of course, 3 points, that is only 1 break point.
Yeah.
It might look like a lot, but
they're going to whip out Shuffle Heaven, Hard Rock 2.
Shuffle Heaven, the last Hard Rock. So of course it'll be approach rate 10. Is there anything else to note about this map?
The US had a pretty good play on this yesterday. It is what this is the song they beat Hong Kong with. Although I believe Italy also had a pretty strong performance on this map. So I'm honestly not sure which way this one's gonna go. This might be a coin flip.
Do you think that gives them a boost? That they won their match on this?
I'm not sure. I would imagine that they're going to be pretty confident on this one as well. Italy picking it, though, shows that they also have confidence and they think they can take the US on with this, because definitely they want to be getting a breakpoint here and kind of stop a small bit of momentum that the US has started to build up. So that may be a bit of cause of concern for the US, that they're like, man, we won on this map, and they're willing to pick it against us, you know. Definitely a show of kind of power there.
This is going to be around about 5.6 circle ties.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And of course the star rating higher than 6.9 with the addition of Hard Rock, 190 BPM, and it's a shorter map this time at 1 minute 53. So things could change very quickly and the score's going to be built at a much higher pace than it is on a longer map that we just, like the one we just saw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like a similar story to that last one where we expect to see a lot of misses, but like you said, a much shorter map this time. So those misses are going to be a lot more deadly as there is less combo to build.
Indeed, and we're getting into it. Shuffle Heaven. Last Hard Rock in the pool. After this, we've only got double times and no mods left.
So we're going to see Sekre, the Creeper, and Rostold for the US, Cholingor, Arma, and Karim for Italy. As JBH said earlier, in Trolling God we trust. Let's see if Trolling God can pull out another good play here.
Safely above 200 combo, we're going to get into the chorus momentarily. The streams come in.
Yeah, definitely very deadly to miss
everyone
here.
Everyone wanting to sync up with these. You miss about 5 or 6 notes, and that's catastrophic for your score. The Creeper finds a miss. It's only one in isolation. Cholingor follows it up. Misses again, but the Creeper follows it. And a slight advantage to Italy out of that with the lead as well on their side, but Cholingor misses directly after the chorus. So he trades that slight advantage straight back over to the US. There's one more chorus to go.
Yeah, this one getting really
to
close.
build up a little bit of combo. Back above 200 for the Creeper. No extra combo score for him.
Score is
Everyone
tied
above
up now.
200.
Or score advantage, I should say.
Everyone hitting the burst. Everyone hitting the streams. Karim, Cholingor, Rostel, but Dark Creeper. All fine misses. Combo advantage very slightly on the US side, so their lead is going to grow, but Rostel finds another miss into the streams. The final streams. And Karim finds a fail.
Gonna fail, actually. That is going to seal
As does
the
Cholingor.
deal. Yeah. Right at the end there, that's going to seal the deal for the US. I believe they had the win regardless. It was going to be pretty close, but the US had a bit of an advantage towards the end. Arma with the SS. Sekre, another one miss right at the end. This poor man cannot catch a break. But yeah, let's get some Fs in chat for Italy. Very unfortunate to see a double fail there. Andrew is screaming into his mic. Rostel updates us. Not happy about the 2-1 misses.
That's just the way it goes.
Fortunately so, though as frustrating as that must be for Sakurai, they still get the point for the US, so consolation prize, US up 5-1 right now. We're gonna see I lost my FLP. If I remember right, Sakurai made a call out to Ascendants to come back in, was it this one? It might not have been this one. This one's mapped by Spectator. I thought it was this map. One of the maps, Sakurai made a call out to Ascendants to come back and get ranked.
And did it happen?
We did
Whichever
see
map you're
Ascendants in
talking
chat.
about.
Yeah, we did see Ascendants in chat. I forget what his response was to that, but we'll have to see if Ascendants is going to increase his crazily long list of ranked maps. If you've
So what's
played,
there to say?
I can't remember if there's anything particularly special on this other than Arma's starting off with 1,000 combo there.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah. Saying, don't worry, Italy, I got this one. There we go. Client all synced up and fixed. Trollingor does find an early miss. So the US holding strong with a triple double S. Only 2 double S's for Italy right now.
Indeed, we're back above 100. But seemingly a long road to get to 2. As long as he doesn't find another miss in the next 30 combo, he's back. Max
He will
combo.
make it.
Just in time for a big burst.
Oh, he does find another
Ooh, he
miss though.
desinks though.
Not good for Italy. We're about halfway through the map, and a pretty sizable lead for the US so far. They still, although I believe Decreeper had dropped some droplets, he should still have full combo, I believe. And indeed he does. Karim and Arma both also have full combos. Italy gonna need to see some drops out of the US if they want to take a point here. Getting into the last quarter of the map, it's becoming to be a bit of an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, indeed, with a miss from Armor as well as Trollingor. That's 1 combo to 3. And in fact, that's 3 full combos for the US.
Yeah. The US cannot find the brakes here, pushing full gas. Although Decreeper and Lexi do find a miss, I don't think it's
Yeah,
going to be
you had
enough.
to say that.
Yeah, I had to curse him. Trollingor actually going to fail at the end there.
Oh, Lexi nearly failing
Decreeper as
too.
well. Ooh, wow. So we see a fail from both sides. However, the US had a ton of points banked up there, and they are going to take the point with
That
about
was far closer than it should have been.
Yeah, that was about a 60,000 advantage to the US that gave them the point there.
That
Could have
came
been a lot
incredibly
closer,
close,
yeah.
incredibly quickly.
If Lexi would have failed there, you can see on the performance graph, it dipped all the way into the red, very close to the bottom. If Lexi failed there, that would have been a point for Italy. Fortunately for Italy, the US did hold on just long enough to end the map, and they do have the 6-1 advantage that is match point US.
The Fox full raise. Approach rate 9.5. CS 4.2, so slightly smaller than usual. 200 BPM. It looks relatively standard, relatively easy, but to convert, it's going to be awkward movement, awkward patterning. And the 6.2 stars, it's lower than usual for this round, so it's definitely hiding some tricky patterning.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what the mental is going on right now, because as we started this match, we said that, you know, the US has a lot of pressure. They have a lot to prove. They're the expected winners here, whereas Italy kind of just doesn't matter at this point. They made it further than ever before. No pressure on their shoulders. That may be a bit flipped now as the US is kind of at match point, Italy with only a single point. It's more the US can kind of relax a bit saying, hey, what are the odds that Italy wins 6 in a row? But at the same time, it's Italy. They won 7 in a row yesterday, so can never count them out.
Those 6 in a row has to be 3 points, 3 break picks for the US, as well as 3 of their own maps.
Yeah, so that may kind of equalize out the kind of mental game here. As Italy, a bit of pressure that they can only lose one more and then it's over, versus the US, yeah, can kind of relax a bit. We're going to see the same squad in, I believe, yeah, for both teams for this next match here.
And it's a similar story to last time, Trollingor with the first drop.
Everyone else holding on with double S's.
This is a quick map. It's going to be over in a flash. Rostel finds a miss. Followed by Lexi, Trollingor, and Armor.
Yeah, we get a quad miss there. Not quite all at the same combo, but pretty close. Kareem gonna drop. That is gonna give a pretty big advantage to the US there, as Sekre is still holding on his full combo. He is gonna drop though. Just barely caught out on that little kind of wiggled slider burst pattern there. I don't know what to call that, but tripped him out. It was funky enough. I don't know what to name it, and funky enough, Sekre did find the drop. Does find another one as well. So that's actually going to be a combo advantage over to Italy right now. Trollingor is going to drop, so it's going to change it. Although, actually, Arma, the only one with it above 200, so the score is getting really close to Italy right now. Kareem above 200 as well now. Trollingor on his way. All 3 of the US are above it now, though. Arma is going to finally drop. Right at the end here, the US running away a little bit, and they are going to secure the final point. So that is going to be a match win for the United States. Final score 7-1. Very valiant effort by Italy, but unfortunately for them, the US did come out on top for this one. I don't think Italy's too sad about this one. They still did get 4th place, which absolutely crazy performance by them. Better than they've ever done before. And we did see Rossel in chat there saying they wished they could share 3rd place. It's definitely GG to both teams there.
Indeed. Well fought by all. Every player having standout performances, but of course it's the team at the end of the day that takes it home.
That is
a stronger team.
States, yeah.
United States moving on to face South Korea. The losers bracket finals next weekend.
Well, to see who comes out on top, the US or Korea. Whichever one wins is going to get a date with China for the grand finals. So, if the US wants to keep going, they have some very tough matches ahead of them.
But not impossible. Not impossible at all.
Absolutely, and you can see there the Korea-China match that got China into their grand final spot went 6-7. So, if we do see Korea move on, we can expect some very spicy grand finals matches. The US also, I'm sure, would love to get 2nd place, so they're going to be trying their heart out for that US-Korea match.
But that's all we have for you this weekend.
I believe
that was the final match of the final stage.
Yeah, that is going to be the last match. I believe we are going to be getting the showcase for next week, though. That
Indeed.
Cool showcase coming on. And that will be very soon here. I'm not sure if we're going to take a few minutes break. We may.
I think it won't be us.
Yeah, it will not be us casting. We are going to have the lovely, I believe, JBH, Sekre, and Rogoku coming in for that. the classic trio that has been doing our showcases so far.
And it'll be the last showcase. No more after this.
Yeah, this is going to be the final showcase. I'm not sure if there's a possibility for bracket reset if the grand finals goes that far. So definitely very strong possibility this is the final showcase.
Well, there's no more map pools after this one.
Indeed. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be taking a short break before we swap over. So definitely stay tuned. Keep OS Live open. So we'll be hitting you with that very soon. But for now, this has been Snow Leopard along with Bubble Man.
Thank you very much for casting with me.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure, as always. And I will see you guys next time.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for not going anywhere. We're going to be bringing you the grand final map pool showcase of this 2020 Oscatch World Cup in just a second. I'm JB Hyperion, joined once again by Sekre and Rugoku to bring you these last remaining picks that our remaining three teams, the US, South Korea, and China, are going to be competing on next week. What have you got for us this weekend?
I think that people are going to be excited. This is a really hard pool. I'm not like the worst player in the world, and I cannot play some of these maps. They are really hard, and I think that the top players, the one who are asking for harder maps in the pool, are going to find this pretty interesting to play, and this is going to be the last map pool, so it's pretty exciting to present it to you, because we worked a lot in order to bring you this map pool.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited to see what you guys got in store for me. I have no clue what's coming up. I'm just gonna be going in blind, seeing what these maps are first time. So I'm pretty much with the Twitch chat here. You know.
We get the raw reaction.
Oh yeah.
As we will start, as always, with Nomad. 4 specifics and 2 converted. This is Whiteout. This is a map by Wazersharp. This is maybe the most straightforward pick of Nomads, and I believe this is why this is going to be maybe the most popular pick in Nomad, because this is pretty safe. This is a pick that requires a lot of speed, but it's not really heavy in technical ability. There are some mappings because the song is not completely linear, but the map isn't that hard, and there are some little anti-flows and wiggles. I believe that it shouldn't be out of the league of most of these players though.
Yeah, this does look relatively king. When I first saw the song name, I was like, wait, is Spectator's difficulty?
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's easier than
Yeah.
it's easier than Spectator's.
Spectator's difficulty is a lot harder than this one. So this one seems relatively durable for most people, especially these
This one is pretty doable, but this is a kind of map where it's easy to get inconsistent at it, because there's a lot of chain hyper dashes, and with these patterns you always have like these days where you can't hit them. It's pretty hard for some players, but this requires a lot of speed basically, and if you are a pretty speedy player, it's not going to be much of a problem. I think that this is definitely a song where some of the top players are going to aim for an FC and not play it safe, like play it really as an FC map.
It's been a little while since we've seen Razorsharp in CWC, but this is a very recent map from him, just 1 month old I think at this stage, and it immediately brings back a lot of memories and feelings of those previous maps. Very high BPM, lots of anti-flow, lots of snappy sliders. So I think this is something that a lot of players will be fairly comfortable with, even if it does come in the setting of like a World Cup final.
And I mean, this is, I think, the kind of pick where we can see some comebacks, because at the end there are some slight music changes in the end, so this can catch off guard some players, and I think it's still going to be one of the safest pick, as we will go for the complete opposite, because this will be one of the craziest pick of the Nova pool. This is Terry Tom, sorry for the pronunciation. This is a map by Waymo, and this map is extremely hard. This is one of the hardest maps I've ever played. This is a map that abuses of anti-flows at 150 BPM, but they are in 1/4 snap, and there are some 1/8 in the map. There are also some hyper dash wiggles, as we are going to see in the very beginning of the map, and this map is crazy to play. It's pretty hard to say when you just look at the map, but because the map is based around anti-flows at this kind of BPM in 1/4, this is really hard to play. People are not used to play this kind of song and this kind of snapping, so it can catch off guard a lot of players, especially since this is just the beginning, but you're going to see that there are some hyper sliders too. Not really hyper sliders, but sliders into hyper dashes that are pretty tricky to catch.
For a first look, this has a very similar vibe to No Mod 1 from the previous pool, except a lot of the wiggling is much, much wider, and there's very little kind of tiny little tap dashing and fewer rest periods. A lot more of those wiggles are combined with hyper dashes here. And
This
obviously
reminds
it's
me-
a lot longer than that map as well.
This reminds me also a bit of, for those who know the loved map Nelv, because of the style of music and the way it plays sort of anti-flowy movements that both maps have. However, this I think is harder because some of the movements are really hard to get, because you need to, even if it's BPM 150, you need to come back really quickly. And this is a section with the sliders.
Yeah, those 116s looked a little brutal, and another thing
Yeah.
I like right now is the spacing on the 1/4 hyper dashes is super far for what you would normally see.
Yeah, this is catching me off guard from time to time too. And starting from like these sliders, I think that the song becomes like crazier, and you have a lot more of these like anti-flows and snappings everywhere. So it's really crazy to play, honestly. This is a kind of map where you really need to be good at your no mode to play this.
I think this is a map that people would perform very differently on depending on where they see it in the match. Because if this is something that comes up late in a match when people are tired and kind of a bit stressed and the nerves are getting to them, this could become far harder than it already is.
Yeah.
You really need a huge deal of precision on not only the strength of the hyper dashes, but also just changing direction, even on regular circles and sliders. There's some really harsh distances combined with the strong hyper dashes as well.
And this was actually the longest specific nomad pick, as we will go for the third nomad. The third nomad is Izana. This is a pretty recent map, I believe, by Bunway. And this map is also based on technical skills, but this is more like a technical speed kind of pick. This is BPM 222, so this is really fast. And it requires a lot of this slider dash into little wiggling movements. I also can compare the wiggles to like Egoism 440, for example. And I believe this is quite right, because you feel that you can like not wiggle them, but it's harder to actually like try to stay on them. Really unnatural to do. And with all of these like sliders and the whole slider gimmick, it makes some parts really hard to read, especially because the ticks are not always where you can expect them to be.
Yeah, the thing I noticed about those 1/4 wiggles that you mentioned earlier is
Yeah.
that they start on the outside instead of the inside.
Exactly, yeah.
Makes them a lot harder to be able to hit, and that's what it's pretty much like you with a 440, like you said.
Can we just take a little second to pray for all of the droplets that are going to meet an uncertain end as a consequence of this map, because some of them look really far away from the kind of traditional slider path.
I also think that we are going to see a lot of like big droplet miss, and not maybe because I think it's really easy to just like miss the slider entirely, and it's going to be interesting to see. Teams are going to struggle on these big droplets, because these sliders are really rough. It's really hard to read too, because this is a take and not normal foot. I don't know if it's a placebo or what, but I find it harder to read than if it was a normal foot.
Do you know what the HP on that is? Because that ending seemed like it was possible to be failed too. Oh my
This
lord.
is HP 4.
Okay,
so
so
that's
Merciful.
but
And yeah, as we have our number 4, this is the sort of gimmick pick. This is Kitsune no Yomeiri. This is a map that is pretty much known at this point, because this is a pretty popular love map. This is a map by Minky, and this is CS5 AR9, so people are going to struggle reading it, especially since it's based around old-time movements and old-time mapping techniques with these while these non-hyper dashes movements, you also have some, for example, in this section, some like snapping switch where it was snapped on vocals in the earlier part, but this is now snapped on percussions, and nothing indicates you that it's going to be like that. It's pretty crazy to actually play the kind of map where if you fall behind some of the movements, it's really hard to come back because this does not have a clear, like the pattern does not really have a clear like starting and ending point. So this is going to be interesting to see how teams with maybe older players are going to perform on this kind of map.
Yeah, I agree. This map, I actually think the AR10 version of this is easier, which is something that you usually don't see.
Yeah.
Because I used to have number 1 on the AR10 version 2 years ago. It's long gone now, obviously. Just people got better. But this map is really brutal.
And even with its popularity, this is a pretty popular love pick, and there's only one FC on the number pick, and this is by Set. So Set is really good at this kind of map. So it's impressive to see that such a map is, well, way harder than, for example, the star rating wants up to make us believe with its 6 stars. It's way harder than that.
Yeah, this was originally created in early 2014, I believe, and reached love status about 4 years later. This really does kind of hark back to an era of mapping that you really do not see anymore. Anything that you think you can kind of read comfortably, the spacing is just almost always not exactly what you expect. You see hyperdashes inside streams, like at the end there, that really aren't common. And there's a huge combination of like both big jumps and really tiny wiggles as well.
As we are finished with the specifics, and we will now go onto the converts with, I guess, your favorite song, chat. This is Camellia Fit Nanaira, so everyone likes the kind of this kind of artist combo. This is Nani the First. This is a map by Mir, and this is a consistency map. This is based around slight snappings, but of course it's a convert, so when you have like snappings in converts, it converts really weirdly with some reverse arrows that are hard to catch, and some jumps. The jumps are actually pretty comfortable for a converted pick, I believe, but because this map is so long and the first half is basically mostly jumps, it's hard to be consistent at them, especially since you have these jumps into like, sometimes you have a normal jump in between the hyper jumps. It always happens with the convert. You also have this pattern where you have some hyper dashes into normal jumps in the same line, which is extremely weird to read. But the first half of the map is going to be comfortable for most teams that are used to play converts. It's why I think that this actually can be the safest pick of the normal pool, even safer than Whiteout for some of the teams that are used to play converts, because the first half of this map, if you're consistent, you can get it, like, you can get it most of the time. The second half of the map is a bit harder because it features some tech streams, but we are going to see that in due time.
It's going to be interesting to see how many people are going to be wiggling those as compared to walking those. I think those were completely walkable.
Yeah, but it's Ken. Of course he's going to wiggle for the flex points.
It is true.
I think that it's still a good idea to wiggle them when, if you like feel it's not risky to actually wiggle them to like keep you into like the but the spacing on these are not so hard that you really need to always like feel that you need to control your catcher, so I believe it's safer to actually not wiggle them, unlike Ken.
Yeah, the BPM isn't kind of hugely excessive at 175, I think. So this being a converted beat map where you know that not every kind of slider velocity is going to be very similar, and you might see a very much higher or lower slider velocity without warning, I think it is just a little bit safer to try and wiggle most of these.
Yeah.
just for the sake of consistency.
And the tech streams are in the beginning. This part is, for me, a bit harder to play because you really need to be wary of these anti-flows in between of the streams. We saw this last week with Ito. I think that with Ito the anti-flow was pretty brutal because it was a non-hyperdash anti-flow. This is an hyperdash anti-flow, but it's still weird to play because you need to go against the movement in between of a stream that goes already pretty quickly. So
Yeah, the big thing with this is that you have to move preemptively, like 3 notes beforehand. If you move like in the middle of the note before it, you're not gonna hit it. You have to move like at the very end of 3 notes before it to be able to catch some of these edge jumps. And that's kind of what defines a realistic good edge jump play for someone who's just starting.
you actually need to read the map in patterns and not in like individual foots, which is pretty hard, especially because this is a relatively low AR. This is AR 9.4, so on this kind of AR, in order to ease reading, sometimes you want to actually concentrate like really on the like bottom of the screen and with everything as individual nodes, but sometimes it can like backfires and you can miss. But I still believe that this is going to be a pretty popular pick. As we will go into the final no mode, this one is much harder. I think this is humanly, and this is 250 BPM map by Ulf. Some people might know this map because Len also has a difficulty, and Len is pretty known for some of his converts. This is a top difficulty, and this is AR 10. This is the only AR 10 of the nomad pool. This is based around edge jumps and some normal jumps, I guess, hyper chains. This is not that hard to play because this is edge jumps that at BPM 250. So BPM 250 makes edge jumps for me easier than if it was slower. But at the same time, because this is AR10, you have some of the lead to these like edge jumps that are hyper dashes, and you don't know where the next foot is going to be. So you really need to react quickly on some of these, either with like on the very top of your screen, either memorize the map, because you really need to react quickly on some of these patterns.
Yeah, a fun fact about this map is actually, I was playing the multiplayer lobby maybe about a month ago with a lot of the top players, and this is one of the maps that was picked. So it's actually pretty cool. A lot of these players have played this map at least once, you know.
Yeah,
we all
I
get
remember
kind
that.
of mediocre on it. It's not like we kind of popped off or anything. So
I remember that the first place on this map actually is IKEA. And I was the one who actually like gave him the map. It was like way back, but I was really proud of my score at the time, and in 2 tries they actually demolished it. So I was a bit humbled by the experience. But with relative training, this is a map where it's pretty easy to get consistent in the first 1,000 combo, I believe. I did really poorly on it, but it was because I wasn't reading super well this day. And but I still believe that this is something that the best control players are not going to have a lot of trouble in the first like 2/3 of the map, but the final third of the map is extremely hard to play. The edge dashes are at their maximum. There are some edge dashes that are really hard, and it's why the maps still do not have an escape. And some hyper chains are also easy to actually miss on.
Edge dashes, long maps, approach rate 10. You're really not giving our players a lot to look forward to this week, are you guys?
I mean, people ask for difficulty, so this is the kind of map I believe that Condor players are excited to play most of the time. Yeah, Condor players love this kind of jump maps. I don't know why.
Us mere mortals can only watch on in amazement.
I personally love this kind of map.
They like to see a foot in the right and a foot in the left and a foot in the right. You could do a map like this. It's going to be popular. No, I'm joking, but this plays pretty well actually. So as we will go into the hidden picks, this is maybe the hardest hidden for me. It is at least. This is Kobito of the Shining Needle, Little Princess. This is a map by Yuminori Miko, and contrary to Humanly, who had some, I guess, 250 BPM edge dashes, this is 164 BPM edge dashes, and this map is a big edge dash. There are no hyper dashes, and everything is on edge dash basically. I think that this is a kind of map where you can see a really big carry on that, because on this kind of map, what will happen is a lot of players are not going to. I can't already predict this because this tends to happen on this kind of map. A lot of players are actually not going to be able to pass 200 combo because it's really easy to miss everywhere. Every single foot of this map is missable, and I think that we are going to see a lot of interesting match, because if someone is really at ease with this kind of AR9 hidden pitch, this is AR9 too, so it's pretty hard to read. If someone is at ease, it can really like get like 500 combo, and this can actually suffice to win his team's points, because I don't know, I find that this map has a lot of carry potential. And now that I think that this would have been pretty easy, but on hidden with this AR9 and these edge dashes, it's really hard to be precise because you don't know exactly when the fruits reach your plateau, so you need to guess a bit before starting to go in like the other sense, other direction, I guess.
Yeah, we see with a lot of picks that are kind of centered on edge dashes, it's like watch out for this jump, watch out for that jump, and kind of identify where the edge dashes are. I think for a map like this, it's identify where the non-edge dashes are, because that's the one moment that you can actually rest. Between the edge dashing half jumps and then the wiggles and the little jumps in and out of the slider streams, this looks very, very punishing.
Even these little wiggles are actually like edge dashes in a sense. They are really hard to do it. This is a map of Humanoi Miko, but this was inspired by ZH Steven. So I guess we have the obligatory ZH Steven style map in the hidden pool. This is hard. This is really hard. Honestly, as you are going to see, this is a map we struggled the most on the hidden pool. So.
What do you mean? It's only a rain.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's 5.7 stars rain.
Yeah,
I think this was probably a lot less than 5.7 stars a few weeks ago before the star rating changed.
The star rating change actually like killed the joke, I guess.
Vito in the chat says this map has more pixels than my computer has. That was a good one.
Also, the map is pretty long, so it's why I believe that the players that are not going to find their foot on it, and some players are going to miss everywhere, while they are going to really stress.
Yeah,
and they are going to really panic a lot.
We've seen quite a lot of lower HP drains in the Nomad pool, most things being around kind of 5. This is HP 6, so if anyone is kind of really struggling with this kind of edge dash style, they could just fail and never recover. It's so hard to build a combo here, as you said earlier.
As we will go for the second hidden, so AR9 is too high, everyone knows it, so it's why we prepared you the infamous AR 8.4 pick. This is Panopticon, this is a map by Sino, and this is a map that I believe most of the like low AR players spotted, because it's pretty interesting. This is a map that is hard to read due to its AR 8.4, but it's really hard to actually understand because of because of the map's like patterns. The map is really dense and features a lot of I don't really know how to say it, but a lot of really weird stacks and really weird like patterns. I referred it as postmodern mapping because some of these patterns are really weird to read. It's really hard to hack also because the sliders are really wide.
You know, this map reminds me of one map in particular. Personality.
This reminds me a bit of about personality, but personality I think is, I don't know, maybe a little bit harder. I think that this is actually we saw that people were struggling more than we anticipated on the final spot. This, I think, is pretty friendly for a grand final hidden pick, I guess. But this is not exactly the same kind of gimmick as personality. Personality is a lot based around really small movements. This is more personality does not have really wide movements except from the sliders, but the general movements of the map, I don't believe it's exactly the same style of map as personality. It's why I can FC this and I can't FC personality. So
yeah, personality is a map that features quite a lot of snapping to vertical patterns, standing still and then wiggling. There seems to be a lot more kind of fluid flow throughout these, even if the kind of hyperdash strengths are quite high and the snapping is very narrow.
Also, the CS is lower, so this helps a lot. The CS is 5 and not 6 as personality.
Good FC.
But thanks. Speaking of CS6, this is going to be I guess, the map that everyone were expecting, the Susumi Urasawa hidden pick. This is CS6 AR7. This is Bandiria Travelers. This is a pretty known map once again in the hidden community, but I guess the hidden community is not that big. This is an extremely slow map. It's BPN 160, which makes AR7 actually a bit easier in comparison because at such a low BPM, not a lot of things are dense. Also, the dash distances are not that high, so there are no edge dashes in the proper sense of the term. This is pretty good. You can play a bit badly and still catch the fruit, which is a god given when you are playing AR7 hidden, because AR7 hidden you can't really be extremely precise. This is a map that I believe the first half for most of the really, really big hidden players. They are going to FC the first half pretty easily, but the map picks up in difficulty. You have normal jumps in the first half of the map, but you have hyper dashes jump in the second half of the map that are coming. So AR7 is still going to be the biggest hurdle, I guess, for every non-HD players or low AR HD players in particular.
Yeah, now we have the holy trinity of CWC features. We've got Camellia, we've got Senya Double Time, and we've got Susumu Hirasawa Hidden. It's all come together. You scripted it so well.
Yeah. What are we, in 2017 right here?
In 2017 it was the secret of the floors of a phenomenon that I find actually harder than this map. This map, I think, the hardest thing is the fact that it's hard to win. So AR7 makes, AR7 plus hidden, of course, is going to be hard to win. But on the secret of the floor of the phenomenon, you have some really sharp movement and really weird positioning. This is not the case. This has pretty fluid movements once again, but you have these hyper chains, which starts, I guess, the madness that is the second half of the map. On the second half of the map, there's also a lot more hyper dashes movements, and there are a lot more things happening, I guess, in the map. The map is pretty slow still, so I believe that even non-hidden players can actually have a decent score at it.
I don't know, I'm looking at this as a not-hidden player myself. I'm hey Zach.
He sees the checkboxes of nearly 5 minutes long, circle size 6, approach rate 7, and he's thinking I don't know what you're talking about, man. I hate this.
Yeah, all I see is Zach. That's all I see on my screen.
Zach is going to. I remember that I actually discovered the map due to Zach. I saw Zach play this on stream, and this was a really good play also. he did a really good play on that. He catches these hippo dashes, which are pretty hard to catch, especially since now hippo dashes, well, you do not have. Because way back in the days, like hippo dashes were falling through hidden, but nowadays this is not the case. So you really need to time them well in order to hit them.
So would it be safe to say that Zach inspired you to pick this map, and we can thank him for its inclusion in CWC? Can we all get a thank you, Zach, in chat for this map being brought to our
we
attention?
can always thank Zach for its like overall contribution to the hidden mode, because I think that it inspired a lot of hidden players such as such as me. But I'm not going to say if it's Zach that influenced like this pick in particular. I don't think it's really true either. Also, this map has 3 hidden FCs, so it's easy, right? Like, not a lot of map has 3 hidden FCs. Humanly does not have even 1 hidden FC, so this is like comparable players that like Humanly like this, so I guess. But the map is coming to an end. So we will go on to much speedier mode, because we will go into the first hard rock pick. This is Embraced by the Flames. This is a map by Daletto and Dust, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the first CWC Daletto map. I'm not sure. But this is a consistency streamy pick. This is a kind of map where I do extremely badly at. It's this score is a 1 just because I can't play this at all. This is a bit like last week Milcom, but this is way harder because this is reliant on streams at CS 4.4 plus hard rock. So this is once again not CS 4 plus hard rock, which makes things, I mean for me at least, a bit harder. This map features no deformation from hard rock, but because this is layer 10 and these are streams, it's pretty, you need to be actually pretty tight in your movements in order to FC the map, or to at least have a really good like understanding of how the map works. But the map is actually a bit misleading. When you read the map as like a standalone map without music, it looks much harder than it like plays, because the map actually follows overall rhythm really well, and even with hard rock, if you respect the overall rhythm of the song, it's normally you are supposed to catch everything. But if you're like me and you're bad, you have like 14 misses, I guess. This is a map where I can expect people to FC it if they are like in the zone basically. But I mostly expect people to actually miss, and missing on this is, I guess, it's not a death sentence because it's framed so you can always revive, but it's going to lead to a lot of misses at one time. So.
Yeah, so this kind of BPM and density combined with HP 6 does mean that if you drop out of especially some of those hyperchain patterns, you can find yourself failing very, very quickly. And as you said, yeah, this is, I think, Daletto's first appearance in CWC. People might be familiar with his Chronostasis Crimson Chronology map that featured in AXS as a tiebreaker recently. And I think this has a lot of similarities with that in the fact that he's just a junkie for mapping high BPM streaming maps, this one being a very recent one, about only 10 days old, I believe.
Yeah, I was actually in the process of mapping this myself too. I should have finished a little bit earlier.
Always, Chicken Devil is following our song choices. Last week too, I believe.
Yeah.
You had like... The song is really nice.
Yeah, I love the song. The song is really good. When I saw that, or when I heard that Daletto and Dust were mapping it, I was like, ooh, maybe I should ask them if I could just, sneak in there on that map set and try to get a rank. I think that's what their main goal is.
I've actually discovered the song due to the songs compilation map. I didn't know the song before, but the song is really, really nice.
There's also a convert of it that's really fun to play as well.
Yeah, yeah.
As well.
There doesn't look to be too much stream and little deformation for circles here, so although the circle size does get reduced to quite close to 6, most of the flow seems kind of, at least, like, not needlessly difficult to read. It is just a case of kind of following closely and paying attention, trying to keep things consistent for as long as you can.
I really do believe that we are going to see some really good scores from the players that actually decide to pick up that map and to train it, because this is the kind of map where hardware players shine at.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of Cycle Hit from 2018. Obviously,
Yeah.
it picked up a lot, but you
It's
could
a
definitely,
bit.
you're gonna tell the difference between a really good hardware player and somebody who's not really that great.
So we'll go on to maybe a more straightforward pick. This is a bit harder to play for me, but the map is way shorter and it's more straightforward. It doesn't have streams. This is Trick Clash 220. This is a map by Minato Yukina, and this is the map is known as being a really good, like a really solid normal choice. But not a lot of players actually played it with hard work, and with hard work it makes some of the patterns of the map that people are maybe familiar with a bit hard, because you need to actually micro weight, you need to time your weight, which is something that is really weird to do at this AR, because you want to always move, because this is AR 10, you don't want to lag behind, you don't want to miss a whole like pattern, but on this you need to wait for a bit, and it's a bit uncomfortable to actually wait in some of those patterns.
Yeah, I've actually played this map a few times with Hard Rock, like you said, how not many people play it, and it's actually really fun with Hard Rock.
Yeah.
It used to be one of my like goal maps, you could say, to try to FC it with Hard Rock for quite a while. I don't remember if I ever got it, resetting my Ocean install, but it was really fun to play.
It's really fun to play, yeah.
Whether you got it in the past or not, you can go for it next weekend. You've got 1 week.
Hard match, of course.
God.
No pressure though.
And yeah, there are a lot of different variations on this map. You have, you have a lot of different things to do. You always need to move, and I think this is why it makes the map so fun, because this kind of map where you always need to move and catch your foot, well, it's really intense to play. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at this ending now, and I'm kind of remembering how much the ending difficulty went up right in that spot.
Yeah.
You're like, now I remember.
That's the spot that's gonna kill all the FCs.
Also, you're nervous, so it's hard to actually play. And for the last hard work pick, this is going to be a map that I believe not a lot of people know. This is the last of World Music. This is a CS 6.5 map, AR10, so of course, map stats are always something. When we are talking about CS 6.5, it's a key highlight of the map. This is a map where you have a lot of micro movements, and you need to be extremely good at controlling your catcher. With AR10, it's really hard to read this kind of ICS, but when you actually need to micromanage your catcher that much on a map, it makes it way harder. And you are going to see in the first half of the map, it's not that hard, it's just like a sort of warm-up for the micromanagement. The second half of the map is based around reverse arrows gimmick, where you can either wiggle them if you can, or stay them if you may, as always. The two different camps, I guess. The two different sides can play the map as they want, but on CS 6.5 it actually matters a lot to know if you are better at wiggling or positioning. It's really on this kind of maps where pure control is really shown.
Yeah, I believe this is a entry for the 2019 Pending Cup, which is a very popular standard mapping contest, and we see a lot of their entries working their way into CWC each year. This is a lot of similar to some of those that we've seen before. Lots of use of alternating styles and wiggles as well. I believe this will be the first time we've seen it in hard rock, although we may have seen I think imprinting in a hard rock pool. That was a previous entry in either Pending or Newspaper Cup.
On this kind of CS wall, it's really hard to play this kind of wiggling kind of map. But I believe it's pretty fun if you're used to play this kind of CS 6.x maps with hard rock. We will go
for a CS 6.5 players, like you said.
Yeah, as we will go on to the double time pick with the first double time. This is Tonari Owl. This is my Crowley who actually guessed it like 3 seconds before.
I mean, he guesses his own maps every week, so I'm not sure that really counts. But...
this is an AR 8.6 map, which makes it on the lower end on the AR map, on the ARs that you can see on a TT pool, especially in Grand Finals. But this map is really hard to play because it features a lot of extremely intense mechanical movements, like micro wiggles and overall like hard movements. I can't really describe it, but you really need to be really good at controlling your catcher with DT, since you have these doublets into 1 foot, or you have a lot of different patterns that make the map overall like really hard to play on FC. I believe that we are going to see really good plays on this, but FCing this in a tournament setting, it would be impressive, since it actually clocks at 3 minutes. So this is also a pretty long pick.
Yeah, 3 minutes of a pitch rate 10.1 with the added kind of catcher fluidity of double time. And a lot of this anti-flowing and strong dashing paths as well is really going to be a test for all of our players, even at this level of skill.
This is actually super similar to the double time one from last round as well.
This is a bit reminiscent of this, yeah.
It has a lot of the same patterns I'm noticing.
But on the like last round, the double time, the patterns were. It's mostly reminiscent of the stream part, I guess, of the last, but not the like overall map, because on the overall map you have this like doublet that you needed to stop. This does not really have that. This is mostly like non-stop movement, but because this is not a standard snapping, this is non-stop movement, but you actually need to stop yourself. Like, you need to not move at some weird places, and with double time, it's really hard to be that precise. And also this I feel is hard, like stamina wise. The actual miss I'm going to do is because I will like I didn't have any more stamina at the end of the map. It's really hard to keep up with this kind of constant non-stop movement, like during 3 minutes. It's really hard. As the map is finished, and we will go onto the second double time map. Some players are going to be happy, some players are going to hate it. This is, I guess, classic pick. We do this every year. This is the AR 9.2 DT pick. This is Blessing Snow. This is a map by Nelly. This is known as being sort of a farm map, but one of the like, I don't know, it's not like the farmiest of DT, but this is still a map that was FC'd by a lot of different players. And I believe that on this kind of map, it's pretty hard to actually stay consistent. This is a map where, of course, a lot of players at this stage are going to be able to FC it once. It's pretty easy to FC like once, I guess, but on a tournament setting, it's way harder because there are a lot of these like, not really tech parts, but non-standard like 1-2 parts, and it makes it really hard to read when you're like not really accustomed to AR 9.2 DT. This is still AR 10.5. This is really fast for most players.
I'm kind of glad that this is in double time because it can almost distract me from the fact that it's a Christmas song playing in mid-June.
we were thinking about that too when we picked it. Well, like, does it work as well? But I mean, if you... June is like December or summer, in a sense. So, I don't know. For me, it works.
It's winter in half of the world, I suppose.
Merry summer, Christmas, everyone. As we will go on to the last DT pick. This is Purple Passion. This also, I believe, is not a pick that is known by a lot of people because this is an unranked map. This is an AR9 DT converted pick. So AR9 DT plus convert, especially at this kind of star rating, this is like 6 stars, I believe. It's harder to play for most players, even like seasoned DT player, because this map features a lot of, when you are wielding AR9 DT and you're not completely like accustomed to this kind of AR, while most of the time you rely on the music and your mapping sense in some way in order to tell you where is the flow going. This does not work as well with a convert because, well, with a convert, it's a convert. It does what it wants. So from time to time, it's pretty hard to read, and you need to, if you're not used to with this AR, to memorize some of the parts. So also this kind of, as you saw on the Kia, is this kind of slide or double jumps. They are really hard to time with double time, and I believe a lot of players are going to miss on this.
Yeah, I think the combination of a bridge rate 9 double time convert plus this being an older convert, I think this was originally made in about 2013, and it not being in ranked state means that this is just something that you're going to have to practice over and over again because it's not anything that you can either sight read or like think of some of the map and think, oh, it's like that map, or oh, there's a lot of similarity with this. It's just something that you will need to practice and practice.
There are some players, I'm thinking like the abstract type of players, while they are pretty like solid at this kind of map. They can like see it really quickly, but for most players, especially I guess third players, sometimes seems like a third like high AR readers, while for the third player it's going to be pretty tough to actually practice.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what both of you guys said. It's seeming like more so like you have to kind of know how these streams work, really.
Yeah, it's actually weird to play. It's not because it's not snapping as well as you would expect, and from time to time you're like, oh, but I had a good rhythm. I don't understand why I failed, but well, it's like that. So this was the last DT pick and the last normal pick of this grand finals, as we will go on to the tiebreaker.
We've had a whole year and not a single tiebreaker in any round has been guessed, I don't think. Didn't see it this week either.
I think that the last week tiebreaker was guessed like 1 minute before. This is Exit This Earth Atmosphere. This is a map by Ascendance, Emiru, Sino, Alien Flybot, Dave, Minato Yukina, and QR. So this is a mega collab. It's owned by Selectus. This is a map where you have, well, during that, like this intro, I'm going to present quickly the map. This is a technical pick, but we are going to see what I mean by a technical pick when we are going to see the patterns, because on this slow section you can't really talk that much. I wanted to take the time of this introduction to thank everyone, like the viewers, but also the casters, the referees, and all the staff behind like so this CWC. This was my first experience as a map selector, and I really am glad that, well, the whole like map selecting team was there, because this was a really fun time, like speaking with everyone and participating in this year's CWC. So to come back to the map, this is Exit This Earth Atmosphere. This song is pretty known, and on this kind of map, you kind of expect what's going to happen. This is a Camellia map. this is a tech map too, of course, because this is a lot of Camellia's map are in that sense. But because this is such a big collaboration, it's really hard to. It's really easy to say. Not easy, but you can feel which part was mapped by which mapper. Each mapper has its own style that he uses to represent the music, and I believe that it's going to be a big test for players because they need to be at ease with all of this kind of mapping styles. For example, I'm not at ease with some kind of mapping styles, and as you are going to see, all my misses are like really big points because I'm not really good at some mapping styles, so it's really hard to play for me. But you are going to see how someone is going to be is like the experience of someone with these mappers. These mappers are really big mappers in the city world, so I expect everyone to know at least how these maps plays. But I believe this is going to be exciting. This map is really long too. This is a 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes tiebreaker.
Yeah, something I remember correctly about this map is that the first two sections that you just saw were actually a lot harder than the coming sections. In my opinion.
They are harder than the coming section in like this, during like 2 or 3 minutes. But I believe that the last section, for me at least, is way harder than the first section. But it's because I'm maybe like less used to this kind of mapping. It depends on like these little wiggles. For example, I know that some players can't really play them, even if they are really good at like big jumps, for example. But this map also features big jumps in especially the second half of the map. So I think the beginning is definitely a bit harder, but it really depends. The end I find personally harder. The really like not the really end, but just before the low part at the end, I find it a bit harder.
Yeah, I really get what you said about you can tell like all the different mappers with their own style. You can definitely see the kind of the similarities and the little differences of all the styles they put in. And if you're like me and you like kind of guessing who's done what and tying like this part was mapped by this person, there's a little spreadsheet on the description for this map that very helpfully tells you who did what, so you can test yourself and check your answers, how close you got once you were done.
But even if you like do not really know, for example, like don't really know about like a lot about mapping styles, but I can still feel the fact that they are different like mapping styles, even if I don't know who played what. It's really easy to tell that some sections are represented in a way that some other sections are not, and I think that it's, I don't know, it makes you like looks back to everything that you've done. Basically, like you've played a lot of these patterns before. You played like this little wiggle on QR maps, or you played these like really wide sliders on some single maps or CLW maps. It's really fun to see that everything like allows you to finally FC this map. So as a matter of FCing this map, I do believe we could see one FC at least on match if like someone is really motivated. This I believe is not as hard to FC as some of other tiebreakers, but starting from this I believe that this is a really big touch point. If you're nervous in this kind of situation with these ultra wide sliders, it's really easy to make them to just like almost fail. As you can see, I almost failed because I was overwhelmed by the density of the map.
Yeah, let's think about it. If you're at a tiebreaker, then you've gotten to 6-6. You've probably been playing for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
All the remaining teams are playing for podium places and prizes right now, so you're probably going to be nervous.
Especially if you, for example, bracket with that. Or,
yes. Also, a little calm outro here and now. I just wanted to point out, I just noticed the the player name is the collab of you guys and the selection team as well. We got Dave D. Rugoken.
I did all the misses though. they carried the map. I did the misses.
Did you pause the game and someone else take over during the break?
I sent my computer to Tunisia and then Ken sent it to Germany.
That's how it works.
You know, funny thing about that is I saw at one point you switched from wiggling to standing still.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I wanted to do that. I didn't think anyone was going to realize that. Yeah, I wanted.
You see, we've been watching maps for the last like 6 weeks. We spot these things. But yeah, that's going to conclude our map pool for the grand finals. So, Rugoku, what are your closing thoughts, your advice on our remaining teams? Sekra's taking notes because he's going to be playing this next week as well.
I'm really hyped to see teams actually perform. So most of the time, I'm more excited about the mod pools because, well, I'm a mod player. But this time, I'm really excited to see some of the team perform, even of the no-mod pool, like the away map, for example. I can't wait to see if there's going to be a really big confrontation between the top teams because I believe that some of these maps are going to be extremely fun to watch on stream. I don't know if all the players are going to be as relaxing to watch on stream as for us, the spectators, but this is going to be extremely. The matches, well, these three teams are really good. The matches that they did up until this point were like stellar, and I really am waiting for these matches. I really hope that Sekra you are going to. To go as far as you can and to maybe reiterate the infamous USA versus China match. This was one of the best tournament matches that I've ever saw. So I'm really hyped to see if this kind of match is going to be part of this grand finals too.
We will try our best, but it is not going to be looking pretty, at least because this map pool, like you said, is very hard, and we have to take down Korea.
Yeah.
Man, I was expecting you to be like, nah, it's fine, we got this, don't worry about it. South Korea, no problem. China, no problem. We'll see you in the final.
It would have been pretty great if I did do that, but nah.
He's a human too, everybody.
Yep.
He fears no man, but maybe this pool has given you something to think about.
If you're China and Korea, that's what I fear.
I don't fear men, but I fear monsters, and I think all of the remaining teams in the pool are capable of claiming that title. You've all played fantastically, and hope that we have one more amazing set of matches next weekend to conclude. But that is going to be it for us for the stream today and this finals week 1 of the Catch World Cup 2020. Sekre and Rugoku, thank you so much for taking us through the map pool showcase. Everyone in chat, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure to follow us on both Twitch and the OS Live Twitter to get notified of when we go live. Schedules will be out very soon if they're not so already. And we'll see you all back here next weekend for the grand finals, for the third place match between the US and South Korea, and then the winner of that match will have to win 2 times against China if they want to secure a victory and become 2020 OSCatch World Cup champions. It's going to be fantastic, and we hope that you all manage to tune in for that one to the exciting conclusion next weekend. So thank you very much from me, and I think if you guys want to say thanks as well, Sekre and Rugoku, we can end it here.
Not a lot to say that wasn't safe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you on the grand final matches.
Yep. Hope you guys come and watch all of our matches next week. It's gonna be great. Got 3 juggernauts just facing it off, honestly. Gonna do our best.
Okay, so with that one, we will say our farewells once again for almost the last time. Do tune in next week, and have a great time until then. Stay safe and keep on fruit catching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.